Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business trainer, author of Food Truck 101, Beginner to Winner, and the forthcoming book, Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. All this week, I'm talking to Chris with a C and Chris with a K, Pearson. They are from Pearson Street Smash Burgers and Melts. If you are a longtime listener, you know I spoke with the Pearsons for 7 episodes last year, starting on October 10th. They are sharing more inspiration as they prepare to reopen for their second season. Today we're talking all about what they've been doing for the last 5 months and how they're building excitement for their new season.
This episode is brought to you by Peacock. The new Peacock original documentary, Matthew Perry, A Hollywood Tragedy, dives deep into the beloved actor's rise to fame and his tragic death. 5 people, including Perry's personal assistant, 2 medical doctors, and an alleged Hollywood drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, were charged with conspiracy to illegally provide Perry with the ketamine. Explore the details of the case in this heartbreaking special, streaming now only on Peacock.
Hey, Bill, just so you know, my oldest son, Corey's here as well with us today.
How's it going, Bill?
Good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Another day at the office, I guess.
The master smasher.
Yeah, Corey did.
Master.
He's the one that takes all the trophies home to put in his living room because he deserves them.
There you go.
There it is.
Let's go ahead and just catch me up. You guys closed when last year?
Closed last day service was October 31st, 2021. So
Okay.
We've been out for 5 months now.
And what have you been doing during those 5 months?
Watching the snowfall.
Yeah, watching the snow. It was kind of interesting. You know, we took care of a couple things. I was having issues with my hand. It's severe carpal tunnel, so I've had surgery in both my hands, which put me out for about 3 months. And then other than that, you know, just working on our new lease. You know, getting a new location and you know, fine tuning some of the back of house operations of the business.
Did the manual.
Stuff like that.
Sounds like you've been busy. Let's catch everybody up. Explain a little bit about why you guys chose to move, because you had a really good location, because you were killing it last year. So what prompted the move?
To be honest, not quite sure. I guess our landlord prompted the move.
Okay.
Yeah, he wanted us there for a 2-year deal. And I guess halfway through July or late July, he just came to the truck and said it wasn't working out and asked us to leave at the end of the season. Never really gave us a reason or anything or spoke to us about it. Our opinion, I think it was maybe a little bit too much. We had a lot of traffic and he wasn't used to that kind of traffic. He's just a brewery with a beer garden with a slow pace, and we had droves of people coming every day and he couldn't staff it. He was closing at 5 when dinner was popping up about 4 days a week. He likes to do events on the weekends, and that's about it. You know, I think it's just a different pace. He has a different mentality of what you want out of a business, I guess, and what we wanted.
I mean, it makes sense. You know, some people want different things, that's for sure.
Or he just thought hey, look at how successful this could be. I'm going to do it and make the money myself. I don't know. You know, it could be a greed thing too. But like I said, he never really had a conversation with us at all. So all we got was it wasn't working out. See you later.
So if he was to build one, do you drive by there, on your way to your new location? Would you know if he set a new trailer there?
Yeah, we know, obviously. It's not a massive town, it's a small community. You can get from one side to the other in 10 minutes.
Okay.
We're there by the grocery store, so we'd see a truck if they had a truck there. But there's only 2 permits in the township, so allowed for our town emblem. So we have one, and there's already another truck here. So there's no permit for him to do anything like that permanent.
So basically what he wants is just a nice slow-paced business, make a little money and not stress.
I think so, yeah.
Well, to each his own.
Each his own, yeah. Well, what he does too is, he has an outdoor beer garden. He has a couple tables inside, and he partners with some of the other local restaurants, and he gets them to deliver food to his patio. He's got a picnic area where you can buy beer.
It's hard for me to grasp that because, I want today to be busier than yesterday. I always want that. So I can't imagine just, I've made enough. I'll just relax.
Yeah, the business model confuses me.
Yeah.
It seems like we're leaving money on the table, but, that's his prerogative. Maybe he has buttloads of it. I don't know.
Okay. So at the point that you guys knew you had to move, what were your options?
Our options, obviously just within the township, we wanted to stay in Embrun. We didn't want to go outside. We love the community. We live here. We had a great season. We met a lot of friends and met a lot of great people, and we want to continue serving, our food to this community. So we, went about the task to try to find a lot that would be big enough to accommodate our flow with all the traffic and people and stuff like that. So we were onto the businesses and in Embrun, and we wound up with I think 13 or 14 refusals. And most of the refusals, sure, some were just weren't interested, but most of it just came along to the bylaws with, property lines. You have to be 46 meters from another food business. And they took that measurement from the physical property line, not the business. So if you had a restaurant in strip mall and the lot was a city block long, well, they took the 46 meters starting from the property line, not the parking spaces of the subway or something. So that was frustrating. And basically what it wound up being is, we had some conversations with the mayor, Pierre LaRue, out here. And we went to him and he says, this just isn't working for us with this bylaw. This is stopping us with 13 refusals, and we need some help. And, he came through and offered us some advice, helped us out. And we wound up talking about this location in the Yahoo Park, which has a couple baseball diamonds, splash pad, play park, tennis courts, hockey rink, bowling alley, rec center, horseshoe pit, and ton of green space. He said, let's make this work. And we went from there, wound up going to a town council meeting. We had 2 bylaws authored. He put it through as a special project for the township, his own pet project, specifically just for me and my truck. And we got a year lease out of it on a trial basis, and we're going to make the best of it and make sure that they want us next year and the years after that.
Basically change the rules in your town and got a 1-year lease. Yeah,
it's kind of neat.
Municipal
parks. Usually you come up with this kind of adversity and, you keep getting no's and no's and no's and no's and no's, so we went up and around a little bit, and we started getting some yeses, and we changed. We had 2 bylaws changed. We're just persistent.
I'm glad you shared that story, because I tell people you're going to hear a whole bunch of no's. So just get used to it.
Yeah, and that's it. Don't get frustrated with the no's. And
we actually got excited when we started getting no's, because once we got to 9 and then we got to 10, I'm like, all right, let's go now. We'll talk to Pierre now. Now that we have 10 or 12, and when we were getting the no's, it was like, okay.
Like they won't even consider altering or changing a bylaw until you could prove it doesn't work. And because we had so many rejections, it actually worked in our favor. Oh, fine, and we'll go to the next town. Screw you guys. No, we said, no, this is where we want to be, and let's work through the system on this one.
And we know, and it's where we know we're going to be successful, right? Like we created a fan base almost here in Embrun that people want to come see us. Like people during the winter asked us to do some catering events here and there, and they wanted the smash burgers, right? So people remembered us through the slow season, and that's really important for food trucks, right?
Yeah, we did a couple of Christmas parties, smash burger Christmas parties for our local businesses.
You moved the trailer and did them, or did y'all just set up and using equipment y'all had?
I set up using equipment I had. Actually, went out and purchased a 36-inch Blackstone griddle that's fairly portable, so we moved around with that. It worked brilliantly for what we needed to do.
Mm-hmm. Use the kitchen at the restaurant.
Yeah, and if it was one of the restaurants that we did a party for, it allowed us to use their facility as well. So we worked around it.
Got people the food they wanted, right?
Oh yeah.
You've talked a little bit about the facility where you're going to be setting up as far as describing it. How far is it from your old location?
Here's the funny thing. It's about 2 minutes. Yeah, so we timed this out. We were running around a lot last year, so we definitely had this time to a T. From my place of residence, it's 7 minutes to my old location. It is now 2 minutes from my new location.
Much closer to home.
Much closer to home.
As far as your guest base, it's almost like you didn't move. You're that close.
Or they're actually happy, Bill, because we've moved into the neighborhood. So now they're telling us, oh my gosh, I opened the front door and you're going to be there. If you look at some of the comments that we have on our Facebook page, it says, so close to home. You're a block away from us now. So it seems like we killed 2 birds with 1 stone, because we would have needed delivery where we were before, because there was no residential. So we've put ourselves, we're in a municipal park. We're still in a very residential area. We're 1, maybe 2 blocks off the main street.
We've also separated ourselves from the main business area in Embrun Russell, right? So
we're not in a business hub anymore.
Yeah, so we've made ourselves
more
a bit
residential,
more exceptional in that aspect.
Yeah, there's nothing else around us. There's no convenience stores.
It's pretty cool.
It's a park that the kids walk through after school. The high school walks through park.
Yeah, we have two, 3 schools within a 5-10 minute walk from the park.
Going maybe 2 or 3 miles, I guess for you guys would be about 5 kilometers. What's the, do you know the population that's surrounding that park by any chance?
We have 13,000 in the town that we're in. And the town wouldn't be any more than, it's a very small town at 13,000. With the stoplight, about 7 minutes. It's not a very...
So it really wouldn't matter where you were, people would be able to get to you fairly quickly.
Yeah, the cool thing about Embrun is when I moved out here a while ago, I think it was about 16 years ago, it was actually to be closer to my kitchen in the city in Ottawa. So my commute changed from like 40 minutes in the morning when I was in the city. I moved out of this 25 minutes was my commute. You know what I mean? So it's like we're 25 minutes from Ottawa. Within that radius of 20 minutes, we probably hit at least a dozen communities in town. So yeah, we're super accessible to anybody.
Everything you described just sounds so like it's just the perfect place to be. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about how excited the community is for the Pearson Street reopening. Thank you guys so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you find all the information helpful to your business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades old veterans. They all have your back when it comes to helping you and your food truck. And again, thank you so much for listening. Come back tomorrow because you know I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business.